welcome back into Queen City News. A live look here from a very quiet Charlotte Motor Speedway. NASCAR is facing a high-stakes courtroom showdown as 2311 Racing, which is co-owned by Michael Jordan, and Front Row Motorsports have filed antitrust claims to halt the sale of their racing charters.
Yeah, the company arguing losing them threatens their operations and could actually lead to irreparable financial harm. Now, in response, NASCAR insists the teams haven't been harmed by racing as open entries, accusing them of seeking a one-of-a-kind permanent charter advantage, and they say they're ready to redistribute the charters to other interested buyers.
A critical court hearing is set for this Thursday, tomorrow, with trial slated not until December 1st. Both sides staking their future in the sport on the outcome. Joining us this morning to talk about the hearing tomorrow, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Okay, so there may be some difficult legal language in some of this, Khalif. Help us understand when you look at antitrust allegations, like in simpler terms, what does that mean?
The playing field must be even, that you can't attempt to, if you are the person in a position of power, i.e. NASCAR in this situation, manipulate the market in a position where it's not free, manipulate the market where smaller people don't have an opportunity to participate. I think when you're looking at monopoly or any type of antitrust type of claims, it's always trying to protect and ensure that if we're going to have a free market, that it's not any barrier stopping participation in that free market and allowing there to be equal and level playing field. Yeah, we're talking about millionaires and billionaires, but there are differences with those levels. If you have a B behind your name, if you got an M behind your name, it's just a little bit of a difference. And so ensuring that playing field is protected is extremely important. And you don't just see it in sports, you see it everywhere, but this is a clear example of an attempt to have an antitrust lawsuit, and both sides are making their argument of why and what would happen.
So tomorrow they're looking to put a pause and say, NASCAR, don't sell our charters until this whole entire thing plays out. Jason, I feel like listening to Khalif, we get like legalese 101, like the entry class in the Spanish. And so
legal for dummies.
Right. So one of the things I heard in there was one of Khalif's favorite terms, irreparable harm.
Oh, yeah.
So can they establish that and say, hey, if you sell it, we're going to have irreparable harm. We won't have a team.
Yes and no. And so when we read irreparable harm, I was like, Jason's probably smiling because he knows that's one of the, it's coming. Now he knows it's one of the 4 factors for trying to get an injunction. Irreparable harm, likelihood of success in the marriage, balance of the equities, and that public policy. So I'm not sure if the irreparable harm argument will be a valid argument because irreparable harm is clearly things that money can't fix. I can't throw money at it and it can't fix it. Obviously, if I lose a limb, money can't bring back that limb. I think that's the easiest example right there. Even though people will be monetarily compensated for that loss, that's not something that money can fix. In this situation, if you no longer have a team, the lost revenue that you get from not having the team for that year or whatever you've lost that charter, that could be replaced in the terms of financially coming back. So that's going to be the argument. I think the other ones for injunction will be there. The likelihood of success on the merits, I think the court will be inclined to follow Michael Jordan and the other owners' decision, or I should say view on these charters. And now I'll say it for a couple of reasons. The charters, the way NASCAR views the charters, they're viewing them like a contract or an agreement between you and I, right? You're NASCAR, I'm Michael Jordan. We have an agreement for this set amount of time. When this agreement expires, someone else can come in and bid for it at a higher price. That's their view of a charter. Jordan and the other owner wants it to be more like a franchise. I've purchased this charter. I own this charter. This is mine forever. And until I decide to sell it, I can do whatever I want with it. And they list a number of things as to why. Specifically, if I have no financial emphasis on investing in this team, then at the end of the year, it may no longer be mine. And there's no benefit in cross-partnership with financial resources from contracts and from partnerships with television ads. Those are the types of things that a normal franchisee, like the NFL, like the NBA, like Major League Baseball, would get if you're in that position. Michael Jordan, with his NBA experience, is saying, hey, this is what it should look like. NASCAR is saying, not so fast. This is actually what it is. The judge will have to determine that. That's that likelihood of success in the marriage, because you're not sure how are we defining these charters. I think the irreparable harm one is probably 60-40 more NASCAR. I think that likelihood of success in the marriage, the charter definition, what NASCAR is attempting to make it, I don't think it's an agreement. I think these are franchisees because you have them doing a financial buy-in. You have them doing a lot of requirements that look like similarly situated teams in other sports, which would be franchises.
Both of the teams, 2311 and Front Row Motorsports, say that they've got smoking gun documents that say NASCAR, that they've had one-sided deals, bullying tactics, and so forth. How strong is that evidence in court? I mean, what do they need to prove?
Extremely strong. I mean, things like that will go to the antitrust argument. That's if I know that I have all the chips and I know you only got one chip, I can go all in every time. And I can either push you into a corner where you say, my hand's strong enough to play this hand, or nope, he's got so many chips, I'm going to back away because of the strength. That's why that antitrust is important. Leveling out that power, ensuring that folks that are stronger, in better positions, don't bully people into contracts that they otherwise wouldn't sign.
Khalif, we got to finish real quick. So you think the judge rules and say, okay, no sale until the trial in December?
Yes, no judge will want, you don't want to do this anyway. First of all, I know we got to wrap, but an injunction is an extremely extraordinary relief. The judge doesn't want to go there, but because they've been forced to do that, I think they entered an injunction, stop the sale of the charter, and allow this complete hearing to be held.
All right. Again, our Chief Legal Analyst, Khalif Rhodes here.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.